everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Amanda and I am a reseller on Poshmark as well as eBay and sort of Mercari. I just kind of throw things up there and sometimes I get a sell. So yes, I'm a reseller on those three platforms. If you're new to my channel, thank you for joining us, and if you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button down below. And if you're returning, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate it. Today we're going to do something a little different. We are going to actually do kind of a helpful tips video. I normally only do what's sold and hauls because, you know, I didn't want to mislead anyone because I wanted to have more time on the app, Poshmark app and reselling in general, and get to a place where I felt like I could give better advice. So I think I have gotten to a place where I can give at least some advice, at least some starter tips, so you know you can learn from my mistakes or learn from my successes. I've had those too. So let's see, how long has it been since I've been on the app? So October to November, December, January, February. So like four or 5 months. I actually joined, this was in my first video, but I'll let you know. I first joined Poshmark in 2016 and I just sold some things that I had lying around and didn't really, you know, I did pretty good, but you know, I didn't even know reselling. I mean, like reselling, like buying clothes at thrift stores and selling them was a thing. About a couple of months ago, I either saw a YouTube video or read an article and just found out all about reselling, and decided to try it and have loved it ever since and am not looking back. I love it. I just am having the best time doing it. It's a job and it's a business, but it just doesn't feel like work to me. I have so much fun going sourcing and taking pictures and measuring. I even like measuring, and listings kind of, I like listing. I just sometimes I don't feel very descriptive. And steaming. I don't like steaming because I get really hot really easily. I'm sorry, my nose keeps itching. I get hot really easily. So, I don't like steaming very much. I'm looking over there because my steamer's over there. But yeah, anyway, so today's video, like I said, is going to be kind of a, what I've learned in the past 4 to 5 months selling on Poshmark as well as eBay. So these are like 10 things that I think are really important if you're going to resell either out. Some of them pertain mostly to Poshmark, and some of them can go to both platforms. But yeah, let's just get started, and I hope you enjoy this video. I didn't want to do the things that people normally talk about, that, you know, everybody drives home pictures, pictures, pictures. Yes, pictures. Good pictures. You have to have really good pictures. It just stands out. It just makes you look more legitimate. And so I didn't really want to reiterate that, but yes, pictures are super important. I would definitely change up your pictures if you're having slow sales. But these are like, some are talked about and some are not as talked about tips. But you know, I hope you find it helpful. Oh, whoa, oh, oh, my hair. I'm sorry, guys. It is just, I'm growing it out for my wedding, and it is just a thick, long mess. I should have put it in a ponytail, but like every video I have it in a ponytail. Yeah, then I look like a librarian. No, I'm just kidding. Now I look like a sister wife. That's okay. I'll be sister wife Amanda. Okay, first tips while starting out, or if you're having slow sales, is to research. Research. I have gone to college and professional grad school, and I'm just a big proponent in researching, and I think this goes over into reselling, particularly with Poshmark, because you have to like you have to know what you're doing before you do it a little bit on Poshmark. You can make sales on Poshmark by just putting stuff that you own up there, but you know, if you want to get the most bang for your buck and the most fast sales, you need to like learn things before you start posting. So like learn what brands are trending, learn what styles are good, what sells the fastest, and just any like these tips and tricks I'm going to give you are just the tip of the iceberg. There's just so many videos on YouTube now about reselling and tips and things that you should know while you're doing your Poshmark thing. Not before, you can start, but you know, I think it's good to research beforehand. So YouTube, yes, watch YouTube videos. A lot of people have really informative videos. Right now, there's like that affiliate program going on. If you don't know what that is, it's where you can link up with Poshmark and do sponsored either YouTube videos or Instagram posts with them, and they pay you some money based on how many followers you have. Like, for example, I don't have enough YouTube followers to be asked to do the affiliate to do a video. But I am a Poshmark ambassador, so I got asked to do Instagram. But I'm only getting paid $10 for it because I only have like 400 followers on Instagram. But if you want to increase that number, please go visit my Instagram at Miss.AWEBB, MS.AWEBB. Yep, nice little plug there. Anyway, back to research. So the videos that are out right now, there's a lot of videos because the first affiliate program with YouTube is 5 beginner tips to making money on Poshmark. So a lot of people have already put out a lot of content. I'll link their videos below. Poetry of Nice has done one. I saw that. Girly Girl Style's done one. And I'm trying to think of some others. I mean, I saw a ton. I don't know why I'm like stuttering a little bit here. I'm trying to remember their names mostly. And I think it's Everydeystyle is her name. She's got awesome, beautiful red hair and just like this bubbly personality. Anyway, she's awesome. I'm going to link her. But if you haven't checked out those videos, go check them out, especially if you're a beginner. Finish watching this one first, but yeah, then go check them out. Another thing to research is, like I said, styles. So not just on YouTube, but do your own research. Do Revolve. That's a really popular website. Go look at the Anthropology website. Go look at, fashion bloggers. I didn't follow any fashion bloggers. I was more into makeup, so I followed all the makeup beauty gurus. But now I'm starting to follow a lot of fashion influencers on the YouTube, no, on the Instagram, in order to keep up to date to what's happening with the kids these days, because this is Target, and I think TJ Maxx. This is kind of fancy. It's Mark Edge, who's a designer here in Georgia. I'll link his store below if you like what you see. I don't know why I keep saying if you like what you see. It's a little creepy. I apologize. I will try to refrain from doing that in the future. But I have totally gone off tangent. Another way, like I said, Instagram, to get to know your brands and what's trending is to just research on Poshmark itself. What I like to do is I like to go and, you can go into the party section of Poshmark and look at past parties. I like to go into each of the parties, particularly the night party, because there's no rules with that one. Go to the feed and then click sold and then put just in or just shared, and then you're going to see all the brands and styles and everything that have sold. And I kind of make the assumption that people aren't posting sold things to the party. So these are things that have sold since the party started. Yeah, anyway, so that's one way I look for like what's trending on Poshmark. You can also watch, Poshmark puts out Instagram stories and YouTube videos about what's trending. They just did one the other day. It was really informative. So I really like that. So number 1, research. Number 2, list. I cannot push how much you should list. Not just on Poshmark, on eBay too. There's the algorithm. There really is an algorithm. I don't know why I'm doing this. There's like a whole mythology, not crazy. There's just a big story about the algorithm on Poshmark and what you have to do to get seen and everything like that. Okay, so I have my window open because I steam in this room and it's really small and it gets hot. And I guess some kids are yelling outside. I wonder if they can hear me. Probably like, who's that? What's she talking about? Poshmark, what's that? Maybe I'm spreading Poshmark love. Anyway, I don't think they can hear me. Like I said, listless. How I've come up with this is how important it is to list. As you know, everybody says it is, one. But two, I have gone on vacation mode like twice since I started reselling part-time. And each time I felt like, I mean, of course I didn't have any sales because I was on vacation mode, but I felt like it took a while to like build momentum, to wake up my closet. And I don't think the only way you can do that is by sharing. I think you need to list. So even when you go on vacation mode, list every day or every other day or as often as you can. List. I try to list at least 5 things a day now, if more. But I really think listing is really the most important thing on Poshmark and eBay. Sharing is sharing and listing. That's kind of a tie right there to me. The next couple come out with are dealing with actually with sourcing, not making sales on Poshmark. So number 3 is learn the feel of fabric. This is just really handy when you're going in a thrift store, especially if you don't have a lot of time, because you can just like this sounds creepy, but you can run your hand down the clothes and you will feel quality after a while. You will feel silk, you will feel leather, genuine leather, you will feel Lululemon. Lululemon has a particular feel to it. So when I'm going through thrift clothing and I like do this, I try to do it with the clothing, not on the hanger. And like, you know, even before I see that little symbol, I feel Lululemon. I'm like, whew, that's Lululemon. And I get really excited. But so yeah, go fill up some Lululemon if you have a store next to you. But I really recommend learning the feel of fabrics, especially also if you go shopping at the bins or the Goodwill outlet, because, you know, when you're digging through all those clothes, it helps to be able to feel quality fabric. Now people wear gloves. I wouldn't, because like I said, I really think it's good to feel the fabric, but you know, if you're, you know, germy folk, you wear your gloves, that's fine. But I think you're missing out. Next tip for thrift stores. I have found this to be true, and I think it might be true in a lot of thrift stores. The best times for me to go, 2 best times to go for Goodwill especially, is early bird and the night owl. So you need to go as soon as it opens or go about 2 hours before it closes. This seems to be the time when they're most active. And by they, I mean the people who work at Goodwill. They're rolling out new racks, they're bringing out new shoes. They're either like getting ready for the day or getting ready for tomorrow, because they've gotten new things in. I've just had my best scores either early in the morning or late at night. Like 2 weeks ago, I went to a Goodwill after work, and I was there the last 2 hours. I had been there for a long time, but I was there the last 2 hours, and they just kept announcing that, you know, they were bringing new clothes or new shoes out, and I like scored like some great items because, one, there wasn't that many people there. It was like dinner time, so people were at home. Next tip for sourcing particularly is number 5, which is check everywhere. So I know people, you know, have their standard, like they really like tops, or they really like dresses, or they really like jeans. So they always check those places and, you know, get tired and don't check, like, you know, even if you only, and don't check other sections. And there's also, this is true when people only sell women's items, they don't check men's or children's. I think you really should. A lot of times workers at Goodwill will misrack things, and I have found Lululemon in the men's section and in the children's section. I'm talking about Lululemon a lot, but that, I don't know, I think it was the last thing I photographed, that's why. But I found dresses in the kids section. It's just they were a small sized. You know, you find all kinds of things everywhere. Athletic wear and my Goodwills everywhere. Like, and they're in the dress pants section, they're in the sleepwear section, they're just everywhere. So if you want to find some good athletic wear, I would check every section. I know this is going to take a long time, but you got to be in it to win it. So get there early, get there late, and stay a long time. All right. Number 6. This is kind of like an overall tip, and it is invest in what is necessary. I was going to say like invest in a lighting kit, but that might not be necessary because it was for me. So like I said, I have a 9-to-5. So it was difficult for me to get good pictures because, you know, the daylight is not good. So I could either do them early in the morning or late at night, and the sun's not up or the sun's gone down. So I would be doing my pictures all Saturday and Sunday morning, and that's just not fun. You know, I don't want to just be taking pictures all Saturday and Sunday. I mean, I would if I had to. Like, if you cannot afford a lighting kit, you do that. You do what you need to do. But if you can't afford a lighting kit and you have a 9-to-5 job, I would really invest in one. You can get one for like $100 on Amazon. I will link the one I use below. But if that is necessary, go ahead and invest in it. You got to spend money to make money sometimes, because quality pictures, like I said in the beginning, is very important. Other things that might be necessary, like that you want to go ahead and upfront, pay for, a measuring tape to measure your clothing items, a sweater shaver to, fix that beautiful cashmere, whatever that you've got that's peeling everywhere. I hear people say piling or peeling, so is it piling or peeling? I don't know. But anyway, so there's certain things that you need to invest in. I did a mannequin because I was really bad at flat lays. I invested in a lighting kit, and I think those were like a measuring tape, then a sweater shaver. And then I eventually my parents gave me for Christmas a steamer. Awesome Christmas present. Shout out to my parents. And then I did a backdrop as well around Christmas time, because I was doing it with just a white sheet and it just wasn't good because it was all wrinkly. So anyway, I'm glad for my backdrop. I'll probably invest in a different one because I feel like this one it's kind of common. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Anyway, but just invest where you think it is necessary. If you can't take your photos during the daytime, invest in a lighting kit. If you can't do flat lays, invest in a mannequin. Just really make smart decisions when it comes to how you spend your money in the beginning. Next is number 7, and this is really important for the overall business of Poshmark or eBay or reselling, is keep records. I cannot stress this enough. I did not in the beginning keep records, and now it's a mess. I'm starting to have to fill in everything for months now because I wasn't keeping records originally. So really you need to keep track of your inventory, keep track of what you're spending, keep track of your miles, keep track of all of that stuff. It's important for taxes, and it's important to learn what you're earning. And if all of this is actually earning you money, this is the best way to know how much you're making, how much of a profit you're making, and how well you're spending your time. So I started off trying to make myself a little Excel program, and then thank the Lord, not the deal queen, the queen of thrift, posted a program on her Instagram done by Gumlets or something like that, but it's called the Reseller Report. I'll link it below. It's an Etsy. You can get it at Etsy. It's a program. It tracks everything. You put in your inventory, you put in your sales. It tracks, what days of the week people buy the most, like what items sell the most, what brands sell the most, what sizes sell the most. It's awesome. I will link it below. You should get it. And it does not just Poshmark. It'll do eBay. It'll do Mercari, and you can add up to 3, I think, other places that you might sell on, like, I don't know the other ones. I'm saying Umbot, but that's not right. Depot? Debob? I don't know. I don't sell on other things. But, so definitely keep records. All right. Number 8, this is going back to sourcing. I should have like ordered these better, but okay. And number 8 is stay focused at the thrift store. Stay focused on the game. This might sound silly, but I, in the beginning, would get very intimidated or distracted by other people in the store, especially if I kind of figured out that they were resellers. I was like worried about what they were doing and if they were finding the good things that I was missing, and I just didn't, I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. I was letting that give me anxiety for some strange reason. So if you're prone to that kind of thing, I just keep focused when you're at the thrift store. If you need to, put in your headphones, keep your head down. Don't be rude to the salespeople though. You need to make friends with those people. So don't ignore them if they talk to you, but really stay focused on what you're doing. Worry about your own business, worry about your own self. So yes, number 8, stay focused. Number 9, this is a really important one for those who want to make some money. I think this is very important, and that is to cross list. You shouldn't just only list on one app. I think you're missing out on money. I do. I mean, there are people like, I think Empty Hanger and Thrifty Flamingo. Thrifty Flamingo does eBay, doesn't it? Well, anyway, there are some that only do Poshmark. I'm saying that weird. Only do Poshmark. That's great. They already have a big business, a big following, repeat customers, so they can do the one thing. But if you're just starting out, I would cross list. I cross listed to Mercari first because it's the easiest, and then I got my courage because I was intimidated by it, but started posting on eBay, and the sales are coming in. I mean, there's certain things that'll sell better on eBay and for more money, or they'll sell better on Poshmark for more money, and just cross-listing is super, super important. And I think you should do that early. I don't think you should wait. But keep track of things because you don't want things to sell on multiple platforms. But yes, I think cross-listing, if you want to actually grow your business, that is really important. Last tip, and this is a hard one for me. This is one I don't follow very well, and I need to work on it, but I think it's also very important, is don't compare yourself to others. It's really easy when you're doing all this research to watch these resellers who are making 6 figures or make sales every day or huge amounts of sales every day. They post those pictures not on Poshmark. They post those pictures on Instagram, all their packages, and usually their feet. I think that's funny. They always do their like shoes and all the packages of what's sold. And you can't and it's motivating, yes, but it can also be very discouraging because you're like, why am I not doing that well? And you can start to compare yourself, but you can't compare yourself, and you can't compare yourself for many reasons. First, you don't know what's in those packages. Not every one of them might be a $40, $50, $100 sale. They could be some $10 items in there, some $7. They could have lost money on some of those. So you don't know. I mean, even if it is a bunch of, $40 or $100 items in those, you still shouldn't compare yourself because everybody starts somewhere. And as long as you work hard and grow your business, you will get there. Just continue to work hard, learn from your mistakes, and keep going, and don't compare yourself to other people. The only person you should compare yourself to is you. So compare yourself to how you did last month. Compare yourself to how you did last week. So that way you can learn from what you're doing by, if the sales, should I have thrifted a different item? What's not selling? What is selling? How fast it's selling? Did I not list enough? And that's why my sales are slow. So you can compare yourself to yourself, but don't compare yourself to others. That's very important. And I think that is the number one tip you should take from this video. And I am also, that's the number one tip you should take from this video, Amanda, is do not compare yourself to others. Okay? Okay. Do not compare yourself to others. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed those tips. I hope you found them useful. If you have any tips or ideas that you think would help grow people's Poshmark and I say Poshmark because that's the first thing I stayed on, but any reselling, grow a reselling business, please put them below. And before we go, I wanted to talk to you guys, I didn't bring them over here, but about the Gucci shoes that I found. I will link the video in which I found them above the haul that I hauled them at. So I thrifted these shoes that said that they were Gucci, and when I thought they were worth $3, whether or not they weren't, they might not be worth the $3, but worth the chance that they might be actual Gucci if they were. So I came home, started doing a little bit more research that I couldn't do in that thrift store, because that thrift store does not have cell service. So I can't look at stuff when I go in there, but it is a good thrift store, so I keep going. But anyway, so I came home, started doing research on how you identify a real Gucci, especially the shoes, and it didn't have some of the actual identifiers that the sites were saying, but I posted it on a couple of Facebook groups, and people were saying that since these were custom shoes, because they say custom shoe or custom design by Gucci, that Gucci will do custom shoes for people, and they're not going to follow the same rules that other Gucci shoes do, especially if they're kind of a vintage shoe, and I felt like this one was. But it was high quality, it was leather, it had it was heavy, the stitching was great. So, I just took a chance and I used, realauthentication.com. I'm sorry, I struggled to say it in the last video, so I was trying to really hard pronounce it correctly. And I did. I sent the pictures in for that. They get back to you within 24 hours on whether or not things are authentic or counterfeit. Great service, cost $20. I had a $5 credit for signing up, so it really only cost me $15. Sent the shoes in, and drum roll, they couldn't figure it out. It's undetermined. So yeah. And luckily though, they'll refund your money if they can't figure it out, because I was about to email them, but then all of a sudden my eBay chimed, and my PayPal chimed, and they had refunded me my money. So they will refund you if they cannot authenticate it. So I don't know. I don't know if they are Gucci shoes. So I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should list them, or if, I don't know what I should do. I was thinking of maybe sending them in to ThredUp Luxe. Would they ban me if they find out they're counterfeit? Or do you guys have any suggestions for some different sites that I could use? I don't know. Leave them in the comments below if you have any suggestions on what I should do with these shoes. Anyway, so that's what happened to the Gucci shoes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed doing it. I hope to do more tips in the future. And I'll be back with a what sold video next week, and I hope to see you back then. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I will see you next time. Bye.